kind of a political philosophy which would be more people oriented than what we've got. We have a 26th county republic, definitely we have. And you may argue that's better than no republic, and it should be better than no republic. But for the first time now, we live in an Ireland where the people have agreed that partition is okay, acceptable and fine, until the majority of unionists in the 6 counties want to change it. So the people of Ireland have abdicated the right to an Irish republic. We've given it away. We've said the only people who can pronounce on that are unionists up in the 6 counties. In other words, he said, the hell of me, tell us about him up there, they have no say, and we have no say either. The orange men and orange women, they will decide. That's a strange kind of a thing, that unionists can maintain partition as long as they want it. But it's not only that, but the 26th County Republic is so far removed from the goals of men like Lynch, or from the ideas of the proclamation, that it's almost unbelievable. You know, I mean, it's a simple thing there the other year with the vote over the EU, when you had a vote again, you know, because the answer you gave was wrong. That's a strange kind of republicanism. And it wasn't even because other countries, the people of other countries were opposed to how you voted. It was because the governments of a couple of countries were opposed to how the people of Ireland voted, and therefore you had a vote again. That's a long, long way from the republic of the people, by the people, and for the people. In my neck of the woods, I still pay my taxes to Britain. The army that says it's my army is the British Army. I have no say in these matters, I'm told that. The minister in your government, the government of the 26 counties, the minister of the 26 county government that speaks for me and about me is the Minister for Foreign Affairs. In other words, he deems me to be a foreigner too in my own country. And that's very interesting that because my wife came from County Louth, a place called Rasson, just across the border from Crossmidland, and also in Crossmidland Parish. So she and I were born in the same parish, about a mile apart. But according to the law, we were foreigners to each other. So that young fellow of mine sitting there is a mixed race. You know that, Brian? That's not the Republic Liam Lynch said fealty to and said he wouldn't live under any other law. But from my perspective, the Good Friday Agreement, I know the big majority of people in Ireland voted for it in one shape or form or the other, and I think because they genuinely believe, having been told by all and somebody, that it was a pathway towards the real republic. But it's not. It never was, never can be. In fact, it is dividing Ireland more and more. It is almost pitting north and south, pitting north nationalists and southern nationalists and Republicans against each other, rather than it used to be just unionists opposed to Republicans. It's, I mean, just take last week, we had, bless and save us, we had Derry Curran-Kiln being declared, in England, being declared as the UK City of Culture for the year 2013. And so-called Republicans were clapping and cheering and saying this is a great thing. And just on Friday there I heard the mayor of Derry, a chap called Colin Eastwood, saying that now that we are the city of culture, he couldn't say the word UK, he lives there, he said, now that we are the city of culture, we should get the Brit Awards here in Derry. So now Derry wants to get the Brit Awards. I'm not sure what they are, for television thing or something. But why in the name of God should an Irish town want to host the Brit Awards? That surely should be a town in Britain. I mean, if a town of France wouldn't want it, or a town in Germany wouldn't want it, nobody would even consider them. But nationalists and Republicans in Derry now take us over here to be the UK City of Culture and to demand the rights to host the Brit Awards. I mean, really, we are moving further and further away from any feature of republicanism and even from any feature of what used to be Irishness. A wee bit of singing or dancing now makes us Irish, and that's all you have to do. If you can play the bar on, you're 100%. Don't worry about it, that's the job done. But one of the things, you know, that the Good Friday Agreement was hinged upon was things like this strange beast, parity of esteem. So John talked about Paddy Short in Crossmidland, and when I came here first we talked about him. I knew Paddy very, very well, and Paddy John went up to Katie with him many times. Paddy had a pub in Cross. And Paddy was known as the unofficial mayor of Cross. Before idiots like me come along and got elected publicly and would speak out on Republican things, you know, publicly, before that we were kind of hiding, we wouldn't speak out said the media, Paddy would speak for Crossmaglen and South Armagh, and very well he spoke for Crossmaglen and South Armagh. Paddy was a genius at putting things in straightforward terms. So Paddy said, "Paddy, do you have a steam?" And him rubbing the counter. He says, "We have more in common down here with Ballabay," he says, or Monaghan or Dundalk or Cavan than we have in Belfast. We don't need a bit of paper to tell us we're Irish. Sure we are Irish. No. Somebody asked Paddy one time, a foreigner, like a journalist, said to Paddy, "Paddy, how do the people around here, how do they react to the British Army?" Paddy says, "It's the British Army." He says, "You wouldn't even ignore them." The sort of way Paddy has it. But the point I'm making is that the Good Friday Agreement and all of this hasn't in any way given us more Irishness, because you can't be given more Irish. You either are Irish or you're not. Nobody can make you more Irish, or even allow you to be more Irish. You're as Irish as you are, what your father and mother made you, and what your own thoughts and way of being is. But on this side of the border, we have a state enthralled to the bankers. Up to its neck in debt, the country, and of course that means the people. Because it's not the government's in debt, it's you. You're the one that's going to have to pay the bill. Not anybody sitting in Dáil Éireann. I mean, this wee country is paying out far more money to actually bail out the banks than an out-and-out capitalist country like America would even consider. America wouldn't even consider doing such a thing as our country has done. I mean, it's actually ridiculous. And our ancestors had to struggle hard against landlords, struggle to survive. And many of the poor creatures didn't survive. And many died, and many had to emigrate, trying to live. But they faced, amongst other things, evictions. And you know, we have evictions once again. Instead of a nation once again, we have evictions once again. But it doesn't happen in the fashion it used to be. They don't come at battering rams now. They come with a court order or a writ, and the neighbours don't even know what's happening. But the poor creatures from the house are all of a sudden broke, not a penny left in them. So it's a strange situation. I do believe we are moving away from Republican ideals in many shape or form. You know, the bailiffs are again in full employment, and the soul is a dream built on sand that we could all be landlords. You know, and the people of Ireland want to be landlords. There's something very strange about that when you look at our history. Up in County Antrim, Republican prisoners are once again living in cells with long beards on them and long hair down their shoulders, living in cells with urine and feces on the floor because they have no toilets, they have no running water. They're in protest over ongoing strip search, and in this day and age, 2010, so long after the hunger strike, Republican prisoners have been asked to remove their clothes, remove their boxer shorts, hold them up and shake them in front of 3 or 4 prison crews, wards, call them what you like. Then put their hands against the wall and, like a horse, have one leg lifted at a time while they're examined and the other leg lifted. And this is it's not supposed to upset them, it's not supposed to be insulting for them or demeaning for them, but I can tell you it is. My eldest son is in there himself, my eldest son Turlock, who I have a feeling was here with me the last time I was here 23 or 4 years ago. I'm not sure, but I think he may well have been here with me. There are about 30 of them in there, and a little bit of publicity for them in the 6 counties, none whatsoever on the wider stage. They're almost being forgotten, and they're also locked up to 23 hours per day, and believe me, they're not having an easy time. And again, the question is what? You know, you don't have to believe in their activities or support their activities. You can if you wish. You don't have to say that no Republican, in fact nobody, should be treated the way those men have been treated. They want at the moment they're under control association. I won't go into too much more detail on it, but which means that for any Republican person to leave a cell, the warders say that they need at least 3 warders to escort. The result being that only 1 or 2 men can get out at a time, and out for a very short time if the next man is going to get out. But again, the result being that very often they get out for less than an hour a day. Now the rest of the prisoners have basically free association. Their cell doors are open. They might be able to leave their landing, but they can walk about. They can go from cell to cell, talk to each other. They can sit down and have a game of pool together. But Republicans can't. For some strange reason, they're deemed to be so dangerous. I mean, if you've seen some of these lads, they're not that dangerous. Believe me, some of them might well be. But this is punishment. This has nothing got to do with law, nothing got to do with justice. I know I'm rambling on a wee bit, but you know, when I get thinking about these things, quite a bit of it does annoy me. But when we go back to think about Liam Lynch, for him the country the nation, the republic and the people were the one thing. And the people must come forth. Now it's individual and party who come forth. It's seen as a sign of weakness by many and daftness by others to be interested in your country or interested in the people as a whole or interested in your nation.